Good morning, children. Sairam. Children, today we are going to discuss chapter number 6, Accounting for Share Capital. This is the last part of this chapter. In this part, we will discuss when all the forfeited shares are not reissued. In previous part, you have already done with forfeited share and reissued all the forfeited share. Now today we are going to do the next part, that is when all the forfeited share are not reissued. It means if 1000 total number of forfeited shares are 1000, then only out of the 1000 only 600, 500, 400, 800 means less than 1000 shares are reissued. So let us start the question. Raja Limited invited application for issuing 50,000 shares of rupees 10 each. The amount was payable as follow. On application 3 per share, on allotment 5 per share, on first and final call balance. It means first of all this is the summary given. Total money 10 rupees. Here application 3 5 rupees allotment, no premium is given, and balance on first and final call. So first of all you have to find out the balance. What is the balance remaining on first and final call? See, total money of rupees 10. Now 3 plus 5 8 is done. Now rupees 2 rupees is balance on first and final call. Now come to the next line. Application for 70,000 shares were received. Allotment was made to all applicants on pro rata basis. Excess money received on application was adjusted towards sums due on allotment. Ramesh, who had applied for 700 shares, did not pay the allotment money, and on his failure to pay the allotment money, his shares were forfeited. Afterwards, the first and final call was made. Aadhar, who had been allotted 500 shares, did not pay the first and final call. His shares were also forfeited. Out of the forfeited shares, 900 shares were reissued at rupees 8 per share as fully paid up. The reissued shares included all the shares of Ramesh, past necessary journal entries for the above transaction in the books of a company. Now children, this is the question. So first of all, we have to find out this question is based on pro rata basis or not. So what are the two conditions which I have given for finding the pro rata question? What are the two conditions? Yes. The first condition is you have to see the question is based on oversubscription or not. So check the question. The question is based on oversubscription or not. Now see here, number of share issued given 50,000 and application received for 70,000. It means here number of applied shares are more than the issued shares. So this is the question of oversubscription. So our first condition is satisfied. Okay. Now come to the second condition. Now what is the second condition? Second condition is you have to see this, the caution area is on allotment or not. So this also you have to see from the next line. See here the given Ramesh is a shareholder who had applied for 700 share, did not pay the allotment money. So here the second condition is also satisfied because in this the one shareholder who is whose name is Ramesh, he had applied for 700 share and did not pay the allotment money. It means the second condition is also satisfied. Okay, I am again telling you, see children, note down these 2 points. For pro rata question, if you have to find out the question is based on pro rata or not, you have to check the two conditions. The first condition is oversubscription and the second condition is calls in area on allotment. If these two conditions are satisfied, it means you have to solve the question based according to the all the steps you have to take with the pro rata basis. Okay. Now here Ramesh, who had applied for 700 share, did not pay the allotment money. It means this is the question of pro rata. Now for pro rata, I have already told you, for pro rata you have to make working note. You have to make 3 points. What are these points? If you have seen the last video, my last part, I told you 3 points. The first point is allotted share. First you have to find out number of allotted share. If applied shares are given, so here applied shares are given, so you have to find out allotted share. If in this allotted shares are given, then you have to find out the applied share. So it is based on the question. Okay, it's upon the question. Now in this question applied shares are given, so you have to find out the allotted share. Okay, this is the first point. Now second point is you have to do the calculation number of applied share or number of issued share. Now let us start the question. See children, this is the applied allotted table which I already told you. 70,000 number of share applied means application money received, and this 50,000 is number of share issued. Now the excess money you have to adjust in allotment. Okay. Now for this you have to make the pro rata ratio. So the pro rata ratio is 7:5. Now in working note number 1, Ramesh, one shareholder name is Ramesh and his applied shares are given 700. So you have to calculate the allotted share. So allotted share is equal to 700 into 5/7. See, this is the pro rata ratio and pro rata ratio is 7:5. This is the pro rata ratio. But this ratio you have to apply here in such a form. See, 700 applied share, you have to find out the allotted share. Allotted share means less number of shares. So it means you have to write the pro rata ratio 5/7. If you have to find out applied share, then write 7/5. Okay. So this is the 500 shares allotted. Now the second calculation based on application money received, and application money is 3 rupees. So 700 into 3, the actual applied shares are 700. 700 into 3, 2100. Now actually received means allotted share 500 into 3, 1500. Now adjustment towards allotment 600. This adjustment you have to do with the allotment. Okay. Now the third calculation you have to give allotment money received 500 into 5. This is the allotment money. So it is 2500. Now adjustment from application. This adjustment you have to subtract, and the 1900 is the unpaid amount. It means this is the calls in arrear amount. Okay. Now you have to make the journal entries. So first journal entry is bank account debit to share application account. This is the first journal entry, and application money is 3 rupees and application received for 70,000 shares. Okay. So this you have to multiply with the 3. It means 2,10,000. Now the next entry is due share application account debit to share capital account to, you have to adjust in the allotment, to share allotment. No refund, so adjust in the allotment only, to share allotment. Now this application and this application amount always will same. Now this allotment. Here see this working note, 70,000 applied and allotted 50,000. It means 20,000 shares you have to adjust in the allotment. So 20,000 into 3. This is the application money. So 20,000 into 3, it means 60,000. Now difference is 1,50,000. You have to write down in the share capital. This is the application entry. Now come to the allotment entry. Allotment entry is share allotment account debit to share capital account. Okay. Now children, share allotment account debit to share capital account. Allotment means now you have to multiply all the calls with the number of share issued. So here number of share issued 50,000. So 50,000 into 5 rupees allotment, 2,50,000. This is the allotment due entry. Now you have to make the received entry. Bank account debit to share allotment account. Now see, the due amount on allotment rupees 2,50,000. Now subtract this 60,000 which you have adjusted in the application, which you have received in the application. This 60,000 you have to deduct from here, and one more amount you have to deduct, that is Colson area amount, and the Colson area amount is 1900. These two amount you have to deduct with the allotment money due. Now subtract it and the answer is 1,88,100. This is the answer of allotment money. Okay. In this way you have to do the journal entries. Now up to allotment we have done. Now you have to make the entry for the next. Now children, the next line is written in the question. Afterwards the first and final call was made. So after the forfeiture, after the allotment money, his shares were forfeited, and afterwards the first and final call was made. Okay. So what you have to do, after the allotment money you have to make the entry for the forfeiture. The first shareholder shares you have to forfeit. After that we will make the first and final call. According to the question it is given. So we have to do the entries according to the questions. So the journal entry is share, this is the forfeiture entry, share capital account debit. Here is no security premium, so write to share forfeited account to share allotment account. Only one shareholder entry you have to give, that is the shareholder name is Ramesh, and his shares, applied share 700 and allotted share 500. So you have to give the forfeiture entry with the allotted share, that is 500. So 500 into, now share capital. So up to where you have made the entries, you have made the entries up to allotment. So up to allotment, what is the amount? 3 rupees on application and 5 rupees on allotment. It means total 8. So with 8 rupees you have to multiply with the 500 share. It means 4,000. Now allotment, share allotment you have already find out, that is 1900. This is the Colson area amount. Now deduct and find out the forfeiture amount. 2,100 is the forfeiture amount. Now after this you have to make the first and final call, because in the question it is written afterwards the first and final call was made, and Aadhar, who had allotted 500 shares, did not pay the first and final call. So here you have to make the first and final call due entry. So the due entry is share first and final call account debit to share capital. Now children, look at here carefully. Here you have to make the entry with the number of share issued. So number of share issued 50,000 and the money for call is 2 rupees. It means 1 lakh. Okay. But one thing you have to see here, 500 share forfeited here. So 500 share forfeited means this 500 share you have to deduct. Now you can subtract this 500 from the 50,000 share. This is forfeited. So deduct the 500 share. Now you have the share number of shares 49,500. So this you have to multiply with the 2. Do not multiply this amount. So it is 99,000. So this 99,000 you have to write down in the due amount. Okay. Look at this line carefully. How you have to write down the amount of first and final call. The number of issued share 50,000, but 500 share forfeited. So deduct the 500 share. Now remaining shares 49,500 multiply with the 2 call money. So the amount due on first and final call is 99,000. After that you have to make the received entry. So the received entry is bank account debit to share first and final call account. Now due amount is 99,000, and in this also the amount not received on how many shares? 500 shares. So 500 into 2, it is 1,000. So now amount received in first and final call 98,000. Now see children, in first and final call the amount due is 99,000 after forfeited of one shareholder shares. But the amount received is 98,000 because one more shareholder have not paid the amount. Okay. Now this is the 98,000. Now you have to make the second shareholder forfeiture entry. So what is the forfeiture entry? Share capital account debit to share forfeited account to share first and final call account. Now here 500 share into 10. Now up to here all calls were made. So 500 into 10. So it is 5,000. Now here final call is 500 into 2. So it means 1,000. Now here 4,000 is forfeited. Now you have to make for the reissue entry. So reissue entry is bank account debit share forfeited account debit to share capital account. So now total number of reissued shares are, in the question it is written, out of the forfeited share 900 share were reissued. So 900 share were reissued into 10 and 900 share reissued at the rate of rupees 8. So it is 7,200, here 9,000, and the remaining is 1,800 shares. Okay. Now you have to make one more entry after reissue. The journal entry for that is share forfeited account debit to capital reserve. This is the very important entry. All the entries are same, all the methods are same. Now in this entry one more step you have to give. This step is, see, the forfeited, this is the forfeited entry and this one is the forfeited entry. This one is the first shareholder Ramesh and this one is the Aadhar, second shareholder. So in this 2,100 share forfeited and in this 4,000 share forfeited. Okay. Now you have to reissue only 900 share. It means forfeited share 500 of Ramesh. This is Ramesh and 500 for Aadhar. So total number forfeited share 1,000. But reissued, this you have to find out. Reissued total number of shares are given 900. Now in your question, the one last line you have to see. The last line is written, the issued shares included all the shares of Ramesh. It means in reissue of Ramesh, all the shares reissued and Aadhar remaining. So it means 400. In this way, the reissued is done. Now you have to make the journal entry for, you have to find out the capital reserve amount. So how you will find out? See, you have to take the Ramesh shareholder forfeited amount completely, 2100, plus the Aadhar second shareholder forfeited amount is 4000, but this 4000 amount is belong to 500 share and you have to find out for the 400 share. So what is the amount? It means 3200. Now this amount you have to deduct with this 1800. So see children, 2100 plus 3200. Now what is the total? 53 minus 1800. Now subtract it. The answer is 3500. This is the capital reserve amount. See, again I am telling you, see, Ramesh, one shareholder is Ramesh and one shareholder is Aadhar. This is the forfeited share. Ramesh shareholder 500. Aadhar shareholder 500. Now issued share, reissued share. This is the total number of forfeited share 1000. Now reissued shares are given 900 and at the last line it is given included all the share of Ramesh. So 500 you have to take full for Ramesh. So remaining you have to find out the remaining from this and write down in the Aadhar. Now forfeited amount of Ramesh you have to take full 2100, but for this you have to find out the forfeited amount on this basis. 4000 is the forfeited amount of 500 share. Okay, but you have to find out for the 400 share. So divide with the 500 and multiply with the 400. In this way you have to do the calculation. So it is 2100 plus 3200. So it is equal to 5300 and subtract with the reissued amount 1800. So 3500 is the capital reserve. This is the reissued entry. Okay, and capital reserve amount is this. In this way you have to solve the question. I hope you all have understood this question. See children, this is the last part of this chapter. Now in next video we will start our new chapter, that is issue of debentures, and one more chapter of the debenture is redemption of debenture. It is deleted from your syllabus. Now if in this question you have any problem, you can ask in your online live session. Thank you children. Sai Ram.